Hello, sixth graders. This is Mrs. Abriani here. I'm going to help you understand how to complete the English 6A Unit 1 activity called Determining Point of View. So you see here's two people. There's a number on the floor. From this person's point of view, it looks like a 6. From this person's point of view, it looks like a 9. So they're arguing because they don't understand each other's point of view. That's what we're going to be talking about with this activity. In Unit 1, click on Unit 1 activity. Looks like this. It's the third tile in. It will not be graded yet. Once that opens, you click over here where it says Download to My Computer. You'll have to save this document to your drive and give it the same title as the activity. So English 6A, Unit 1 activity. And then you'll have all the instructions here, and that's what I'm going to review next. In this activity, it's designed to help you identify the point of view from which a text is written. You will be evaluating a story to determine the point of view and compose a rewritten portion in a different point of view. So here's another example of point of view or perspective. There's a guy on an island and he says, boat. He sees this person out here. And then here's the person on the boat looking at the guy on the island saying, land, right? The person stuck on the island is so happy to see a boat. But the person in the boat, they've been in a boat for a long time, is so happy to see land. The guy on the island wants to get off. The guy in the boat wants to get on. Different points of view. There are 3 points of view in most stories. First is the first person point of view. This is when a story is told by a character or individual who's in the story. And you'll figure this out because you'll see the pronouns I, me, our, us, words like that. For example, I was so worried about memorizing my lines. You see there, that's someone talking about and thinking about themselves. That's how you know a story is written in first person. The character's talking about themselves. Another point of view is second person point of view. It is not used very often. That's when the narrator speaks to you as the reader. So you'll see pronouns like you and your used a lot. An example, first you should mix the eggs and sugar. So you'll see this kind of point of view in manuals or cookbooks, recipes, telling you what to do. But it's not common in stories. The last type of point of view is third person point of view, and that's when a story is told by an unknown narrator who's not a character in the story. And you'll see the pronouns he, she, they, them, their, its. Okay, here's an example. Sam couldn't believe what he heard the girls talking about. So here instead of saying I, you see the person's name and he. So someone else is talking about Sam. This narrator is telling us what Sam is thinking and doing, not Sam himself. That would be I, that would be first person. Here's a little image. First person, here's the person actually doing the things in the story. Third person is almost like the cameraman, the narrator, watching what the characters are doing, but isn't one of the characters themselves. That's third person point of view. Okay, step 1 to this activity. You're going to read this fairy tale selection from the Elements That Create a Story tutorial. It's called The Four Clever Brothers by the Grimm Brothers, and you can access it through this link in your directions or right here. It's short. Read the whole thing. It shouldn't take you more than half an hour, and then you'll be able to proceed to step 2. Step 2. What point of view is this story told from? So again, first person uses I, me, my, ours. Second person uses you. Third person point of view, you'll see words like she, he, they, them, their. So here's a tip. When the pronoun is I, okay, I'm looking through this is from the story you just read, and I see I, but I is within the quotation marks. You see the quotation marks here and here? Someone's speaking these things. You're looking for pronouns that are outside of the quotation marks, okay? So not this part, not this part, but here, aha, okay. Outside of the quotation marks, this is the narrator talking. And what kinds of pronouns do you see in this section? Okay. These are the pronouns used by the narrator. That's how you can determine the point of view, all right? So you can already tell what point of view this story is written from, can't you? That's what you're looking for, okay? To determine, step 2, the point of view of this story. Step 3, now rewrite a portion of the story in a different point of view, okay? So let's say you determined, here's a sentence from the story. You've determined this is third person point of view, right? You've got there, you've got the brothers, them. That's third person point of view pronouns. You have to change it either to first person or to second person. You're going to rewrite this exact same part or any part from the story, but in a different point of view. And here's an example of how you can change it to first person. So the example says, from the story, exactly word for word, after the space of 4 years, at the time agreed upon, the 4 brothers met at the 4 crossroads, and having welcomed each other, set off towards their father's home, where they told him all that had happened to them. Okay, that's from the story, it's third person. You would rewrite that in first person as, after the space of 4 years, at the time agreed upon, my brothers and I met at the 4 crossroads, and having welcomed each other, set off towards our father's home, where we told him all that had happened to us. Do you see how I took each pronoun and switched them from third person to first person? So instead of their, I'm saying our, because now this is one of the brothers talking about himself. Instead of where they told him, where we told him, right? So this is talking about all 4 brothers as if the narrator's watching the 4 brothers do things. And this first person is writing it as if you are one of the brothers, okay? My brothers and I. Our, we, us. This is how you change something from third person to first person. Just find the pronouns and switch them. Step 4, check your writing for mistakes. You can use a Grammarly app, or you can check any errors with your teacher. Then upload your activity to the class in Play-Doh. So back to Unit 1 activity in your English class. This time you've already downloaded. Now you're going to upload a new file. It will appear here. You click this little box, just like a PE log, and then you submit your selected file. You won't have the score right away, but that's it. Step 1, step 2, step 3, okay? Talk to your teacher if you need help uploading. It can be tricky, but I hope this has helped you understand how to do the activity in your English class. Good luck, have fun with it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.